Hello. So, time to paint some more Malifaux miniatures. And I'm back here with Ari Adara, or whatever she was called. I could have looked that up before the stream started. But the queen from the Deepest Depths box set counts as Nekima. And yeah, I think we're at a pretty good 80 Adara. Cool. I think I got it right. I think we're at a pretty good place with her. I kind of like how the pale purple balances out with the dark gray, greenish seaweed dress and the bone armor. So I'm thinking we'll start painting the fish. And I think I'll start by painting the Camelot Green to get a nice, cool greenish blue color. And this paint doesn't cover all that well. But we can sort of probably use that to our advantage a little bit, since like I want to do some cool blending of different colors on these fish. Like the underside could be a different color. So I'm thinking maybe top side, this blue-green, and underside more of a regular blue. So I'm gonna put a second layer on top later, but not on the underside. So we're kind of gonna blend that together a little bit. And with me here today, we've got the lovely and very helpful Kim, managing all the technical stuff. Behind the name, Play Wyrd. Do we want the... I'm thinking we'll start off painting the fish in the same colors. And then maybe we'll try and make them look a little bit different to each other too. But I don't want them to look too different. Thank you, Exilla. Nice to see you here. Glad you think so. I'm glad I don't have the same scary teeth as she does. But other than that, we're pretty cool to be a queen of the sea, I guess. How are you doing today, Exilla? Painting the underside. Just dabbing on some paint on the fins. Exhale, I'm doing great, just goofing off at the moment. Goofing off, huh? That sounds like fun. What does goofing off mean? I mean, I know what it means, but right, there are 3 fish. For some reason, I just had in my mind that we had 2 fish to paint, but there are 3 of them. So Leprechaun Green is advertised as being a base color from Citadel, which is a little weird because it doesn't really cover better than the layer colors, but I like the hue, so I'm using it. So these fish aren't going to be pure Leprechaun Green, don't worry. That'd be pretty boring. So it means I have things to do, but I am intentionally not doing them to have fun. That is a good time. Well, glad you're here. It's always cool and a little challenging when with these miniatures that are sort of like we have 3 little mini miniatures almost part of this larger miniature with all these fish. So they're 3 little separate characters that need a color scheme. They got head and eyes and stuff, and you can really try and do them justice on their own too. But of course, they are also part of a whole. Of a larger, bigger picture. So I'm fine with this paint being a bit transparent, as I said. Kind of want a little, probably want a somewhat mottled effect. And by that, I mean, I'm not looking to just have a sloppy base coat with lots of black showing in random places, but we're going to use a different color to paint the undersides too, and have some of this Leprechaun Green showing there. Hopefully it will look good. The way I imagine it should. If it's just failed, we'll work something out from there. Like, I kind of want these fish to be a little colorful, but not overpowering. This paint job is about Ari, the queen. First and foremost, I don't want the fish to distract too much from that. I want them to complement her. Kind of like the sculpt really does that. They're a very interesting feature, but they are a compliment. She is certainly the main character still. I want to keep it that way. If I would have just gone nuts now with like yellow spots and orange stripes or whatever like that, I'd probably make us look more at them than we look at the queen herself. And I'm still not entirely decided if we are going to do a like a cool base with where she's standing above some cliffs and waves are crashing against the cliffs, or if we want to try and do some sort of underwater scene, because I think both of them could look really cool. One thing I'm having in mind is that you don't exactly tend to play Malifaux on underwater boards. That would be a cool theme. But I wonder if that's something I should factor into the whole decision-making process about her base. No matter what, I'll be building up a cliff from this plastic I've got her standing on. So we're doing our second layer of Camelot Green, really focusing on the higher parts of the fish. Maybe some Macragge blue. Mixed with a bit of black could work for the underside. Come on, lamp. You don't want to stay there? Maybe a bit too much black. So a little bit more Macragge blue. Also paint from Citadel. I mostly use Citadel paints and Reaper paints. Certainly don't have anything against Vallejo though. So I'm painting the underside, this mix of Macragge blue and Abaddon black. Like they're obviously the same species, this fish. So that should probably look pretty similar. Although there could, of course, still be some variety there. Kim says, I got some Reaper paints as part of a blending class I took and I like them a lot. Yeah, yeah, Reaper paints are really nice. Really like them. They're really matte and I use their skin tones a lot. I think they're really nice. And now I've got a bunch of others too. Like, since I'm using Reaper and Citadel, that means that the Citadel paints, well, they are shinier than the Reaper paints. But I tend to, if I feel like there's an issue, I tend to just unify them with some matte varnish. I'm now adding some color glue. Glue? No, I'm not adding glue. I'm adding some Calgar blue to the mix. So I want to go for a lighter belly, but we are still going to highlight that. Oops, highlight that blue up, that blue-green on top a bit too. In a way, I guess maybe it would be wise to start off with the blue-green, kind of petrol green. But now we're doing this. I want a kind of mottled look. Was it a good blending class? Kim says, yeah, I learned so much. It was through the Miniature Monthly folks. Nice. Actually, I don't know the Miniature Monthly folks. I should look them up. Don't know why I just repeated folks there. I get they're probably not called Miniature Monthly folks, but hey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See how this turns out. It'll be a catastrophe, but I hope not. Oh, it would be cool to have like some pink highlights in the teal later. Here and there. Like almost pearlescent. It's a word. Cute little fishy. Well, now try. Oops, smacked the lamp with the paintbrush there. I wonder if pure Calgar blue would work. I think so. Try and keep this mottled feel, mottled look. I wonder if there are any fish that look like these fish, or if they're like just completely made up, not super knowledgeable when it comes to fish. Hmm. Your eels remind me of the eels from the Little Mermaid movie. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I agree. Can't really get over how cool moray eels are. Just doing a line highlight along the cheek of the fish. If you can call it a cheek, I would call it a cheek. Makes sense to me. And then let's put in some white. Put Wyrd. You mean their second tinier mouth that is even more horrifying than the bigger one? Yeah. Yeah. That is just so cool. And I also like how they just hang out in these little caves, like little slackers. Like, nah, I'm not gonna swim around. I'm gonna sit here, wait till a fish comes too near, and I'm gonna eat it. Maybe they aren't that lazy. Maybe I'm doing them a disservice here, but I'm kind of pretending they are. I probably could have started this with a brighter step. I built it up from too dark of a color. It's a bit unnecessary. But hey, we're getting there, I think. So mix some white into the Calgar blue. It's weird with the evolution. Like, yeah, maybe we could use another mouth. Like another set of jaws. Wouldn't that be neat? How does that even happen? How do you evolve a second set of jaws? It's just weird. Asking for a friend, by the way. Anyone got any geeky plans for the weekend? I'm going to be participating in a little Malifaux day in a somewhat nearby town on the Sunday. It should be a lot of fun. Some people I know, some people I don't. I'm gonna bring my explorers, I reckon. Get some practice in with them. Your bestie's getting married and you're the best person. You are the best person. All right, you did mention that, of course. Hope the wedding is great. Aw, shucks. I don't get what you mean, but you certainly seem like a best person. It's been so long since I've been to a wedding. I've actually not been to many at all in my adult life, or in my life at all. It's a little strange. Do we go even brighter? Maybe. First follower, Ziniz. Was that just now? Welcome to the channel, Ziniz. If you're watching right now, how are you doing? Some paint dried on my paintbrush. That's not great. But we'll live. This shadow is a bit too dark. Almost not visible, but still. Still just goofing off. Well, why don't you grab a paintbrush? Paint some shit. You have a weird question? Sure, go ahead. I don't think I mind a weird question. What crews do you think are prettiest, sculpt-wise? Oh, tricky. I think the Nelly crew box is very pretty. Since I am watching but on my TV in the background while I work, so not as easy to chat. That's totally fine. You don't have to chat. Glad you're watching. I feel like there's a crew I'm really kind of missing. What am I missing? The Jedza crew is quite spectacular in my opinion. Really imaginative and weird. So I might have to go with that one. Though I really like the Kirai models too. There are a lot of good ones to pick. I think Pandora is pretty. Yeah, for sure. Pandora is really cool. Victoria's? Yeah, there's something with M3 VIX that doesn't really mesh with me. Sorta. The M3 Ronin are definitely awesome. This crew box ain't half bad either. Some cute little trenchlings. Okay, so I think we'll jump in with some brighter greens now. Wyrd, I love the Taylor redesign where she looked like she's drunkenly yelling at kids to get off her lawn. Yeah, that sums up the scope pretty well. Get off my lawn, you gremlins. Sorry, I smacked the camera stand with my drink there. Oopsie. Camelot Green coming up. It's lighter than Lupercal Green. Sort of jade looking color. So I want to concentrate this paint towards the top of the upper shape, so to speak. And then dot in some scaly highlights on the lower parts. So we want the highlights on the lower parts to be this color, but further up, we're going to build up some highlights with a brighter one. Colette would be third on my list for prettiest crew. Colette crew is really nice. Yeah, I've got the first edition Colette crew, which was part of what drew me to the game. So I really, really love those. The Mr. Cooper crew, Dark Carnival crew I've got too, which is really cool. And the newest Colette crew is really nice too. I think like it has a little bit of unless I misremember, a little bit of a thing where several of them have like huge spherical breasts, which is like they're fine. But I guess I like the more slender look of the originals. This is just personal taste. They certainly got a lot of flourish, lovely poses. Yeah, they're really nice. The new Colette title is so cool. Colette Smuggler. I love it. I like the fluffy look on top. The fluffy look of boobs or the fluffy... I'm not sure exactly what we're talking about here. The fluffy look of breasts above a corset. Today's topic. Painting lines on these back fins. It's a nice, as I can say it, in mixed company. Sure. Hey, I like some boobs. I love that Malifaux doesn't... I'm not speaking about Malifaux as an entity, but I love that Malifaux doesn't feel the need to have cleavage in every single model. This area is a little rough to get to, but I'm managing. It's really nice that they got a topless Spanish hunk to the crew too. And now also a very fab goth in Dorian Gray. I always said Dorian Gray. He's called Dorian something else. Totally not Dorian Gray. Pretty weird says, I know that my bosses aim to show all types of folks that live in the Fourverse. Yeah, I love that. It's just so nice. Crow. Yeah, that's Dorian Crow. Should make for good company with Corvus Rook. The whole birds theme department. Will behave, Elinore. I'll try. Whenever I play with Carlos, I wanted to do like a Spanish voice whenever I said his actions, but like a Spanish accent while reading his actions. But I really suck at that, which made me sad. Oops. Oh, that's her. No green there. That's her nail. Oh. Oopsie. Right, I'll try and paint more visibly. I'm going to a tournament next week during the weekend, which will be my first tournament since COVID. So I'm really pretty excited about that. Just need to get everything painted in time. Because I couldn't play with all the hundreds of miniatures I already have painted, so I want to play Explorers, so I need to paint more. Yay! Gotta play the new shiny. Or at least that's what I feel like doing. These fins. Hey Zilla, what crew are you taking to the games this weekend? I may have missed hearing that with my goofing off. This Sunday, I'm going to a little game stay in a nearby town, and I'm going to play Anya, so the Syndicate crew. But I've also been playing Yedza, and the plan has been to take Yedza and Anya to the tournament the weekend after this one. If I can get everything painted. I can be a bit optimistic when it comes to time. Time has a habit of running out. I tend to want to do so many different things with my time. So I've got it's a crew billet and undercoated, and I've got the Anya crew half painted, and the emissary I've got done, and a couple of harpooners, but don't think I'll be playing those in those two crews. Not really. It's fun playing the new shiny. I feel like Anya doesn't seem to be quite as popular as Yedza. But she's pretty cool. Sorry about the shaky camera there. Just adjusting my lamp. Love the high risk, high reward gameplay of the Syndicate crew. And her big Pokemon, I mean Totem, is pretty annoying. And cool. No one locally playing any explorers. Okay. No one. I think we'll be... I'm not going to be the only explorer at the tournament, at least. I know that. No, there's a Dane coming that Erik Jensen who plays them too. Will probably come there playing explorers. If it weren't for explorers, I'd probably be playing resurrectionists. I've been having a lot of fun with Yanlo, and I always love Molly and Kirai, even though Kirai is perhaps what if it doesn't get his painted? I don't know. Would you know anything about that? No, I don't know anything at all. Mysterious. Very mysterious, huh? Hmm. Okay, time to grab some Sybarite Green. Hey, it's like my color. What? If I've ever painted a Yoka crew? No. I don't. Like, Malifaux has a lot of really cool, imaginative crews with a lot of fun themes and such, and Sexy Geisha just never really did it for me. Just think it's pretty bland compared to other crews. And the whole thing about a brothel with geisha minions is a little weird because geisha aren't sex workers, but yeah, I'm not gonna get more into that. But no, like there are so many crews I want to paint and collect the Malifaux, but and very few of them that I do not want to paint. But Yoko is one that I don't really care for. There's always gonna be a few of those, right? Well, even though there are very few in this game for me. I think I've got like 26 or so different monsters lying around. Some pitted, some not. Maybe it's even 27. Ah! No! Slipped. I can be a little clumsy at times. But yeah, if you manage to get paint where it shouldn't be, grab a paintbrush and some water and just try and wipe it off. Someone local asked me to do a commission on that. I have held off saying yes due to my pile of shame and that I can't get Big Trouble in Little China out of my vision. I haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China. I've thought about it, but just never happened, you know? With how much is a reference to that film in the game, I feel like I should probably watch it, but we'll see when I get around to it. I rarely watch films on my own. Like some series I do watch on my own, but rarely films. Because it just helps with, like, I love sitting down watching a movie with someone, but on my own, my attention span is not like I feel like I always have so much stuff to do, so I kind of want to. It's easier for me to have some bite-sized TV series to watch while painting and stuff. You haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China? What rock are you living under in Sweden? It's not a must-see, but it's pretty campy. But if it's not a must-see, then there's no problem, right? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I kind of feel like I need to do it with a friend, though. I don't know. Try and get around to it. There is so much to watch. But yeah, there's more stuff I haven't seen that will shock some people. I haven't seen the Godfather films. It just never seemed interesting to me. Just never happened. Any movie really I must see? It's not Schindler's List or Titanic, but it's good. Okay. Caddyshack? I don't know Caddyshack. What's that? No, I don't think any movie is a must see. Maybe if you're really into a specific genre, there are probably must see movies. I'm thinking. Wyrd says Caddyshack is not a must see. Noted. Best golf movie ever. Okay, I guess that means I will never see it. Golf is just a walk for the rich. Golf is silly. Maybe I'm spending too much time on this fish, but at least I'm having fun. Sorry for smashing golf there. That was That was uncalled for. I got some family that's really into golf. I tried it once and had trouble hitting the ball. They're difficult, you know? Trying to emulate a scaly look. We'll see if I can manage it. I've kind of gotten over that the new McCabe doesn't have a horse. I guess he lent it to Leviticus. I kind of want to try out the new McCabe now. Might feel wrong, we'll see. I like that there's still a pretty good reason to play the old McCabe. It's well done with the titles there, I think. Well, it's an option. It doesn't feel mandatory. Like it's situational when you want to use one or the other. It's a really good place to be with a title. This is all theoretical since I haven't tried Tomb Delver yet, but seems like there's an argument to be made for both McCabe titles. Depending on the depending on the strategy and schemes. Old McCabe actually has a title. It's really cute. I already had one. Relic Hunter. Rest in peace, chat. We were all friends until the Caddyshack incident. where everyone showed their true colors. Dramatic. Such a dark period in the play Wyrd stream's history. Yes, quite dark, quite dark. Shall forever be remembered as the shack incident. So we're concentrating these. So much turmoil, yes. Concentrating these Separate green highlights on the uppermost part of the fish's back. Best, but High Curse 55. Best golf movie ever is a very low bar. Yeah. Maybe. I wouldn't know, actually. Oh. Oh no. We're getting a bit laggy again, aren't we? It's never worn purple today. Fancy. Yeah. It's a very good color. Neverborn purple is a good color. Remember when Arcanist stat cards were kind of purple in first edition? Remember that? My Twitch username, no, my Discord username on the Wyrd Discord is red, like the other content creators or streamers. Does that mean I'm part of the guild? The guild of streamers or the guild of brush lickers? The guild are the good guys, right? Right? Pretty sure Kara has something to say about that. I guess we'll see. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Why did I get that song in my head? I haven't played that game in ages. Maybe a friend played that when I was over. Got the Animal Crossing melody. In my head. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Did any of you play Animal Crossing? I played it for a while. The latest one, at least until I got to the end credits. Then I was kind of bored with it. Never played it now. Like, Curse comes with the reply to the guild thing. They are the good guys, right? If you ask the guild, I'm sure they'll tell you they're the good guys, the only law standing between savage and anarchy and all that crap. Yeah. That's good. Maybe. Hashtag Sonia did nothing wrong. Hey, did we ever get a hint of what Lady Justice's like dark pact was? She's made some weird pact. It's all mysterious, isn't it? Probably was justified though, right? Am I right? No, we're into pun territory again. This is not good, right? This is not good. Some say Lady Justice is too expensive as a master hire. Well, I say it's justified. Or something like that. I'd say the cost is justified. Sorry, I'm going to stop now. She took a loan from the Grave Spirit with a really good annual percentage rate. Nice. The Grave Spirit. I recall when there was some confusion when we had a Grave Spirit in the story and a Graveyard Spirit being a little smaller entity as a totem. Remember general totems? I don't think I missed general totems, but I remember them. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Oops. Did it again. So Curse 55, how's your day? How's it been? Curse 55, I do not remember general totems. I'm a 2E kid. I grew up on Hamling being a weirdo full of rats instead of having an actual job. Hey, weren't general totems a thing in M2E? Am I getting old? Maybe. Just noticed there's a fin I forgot to highlight. Turns out there's a lot of fins on 3 fish. A lot of fins to paint. Curse 55, do you play Hamelin? So we did miss this fin here. Oh, hello. A little fish sneaking around the side here. Do, 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 do. And then let's go get some Gauss Blaster Green, which is yet another green that's even brighter. Hey Zilla, so how many do you think will show up for game day? The game day I'm going to, I think, like, I'm not entirely sure, but I think about 6 maybe. Maybe something along those lines. Should be fun. So this is going to be the final highlight on the fish. Just going to focus on just going to do the highlights on the topmost parts. It's pretty good. The final highlight, yeah. Final dot one. I'm going to be practicing Anya on the game day, no matter what strategy pops up. She prefers pools with ski markers, naturally, but yeah, there are a lot of ski markers in this getting round season. Anyone else got any games coming up, or are they being blocked by COVID? Sweden has kind of opened up again. Just going to put this Gauss Plastic Green right towards the final edge of these fins. Well done there. Curse 55. Anya's so cool. I have so much other stuff going on right now. Is the only reason I haven't pulled the trigger on that. I've been playing a lot of bass with the DUA as hires. Exila, the COVID. I have had my shot, not going to die. So, which Department of Ungentlemanly Affairs do you hire into Bass? Curse. I have a lot of Frontier stuff, so might as well buy Bass too. But if I keep that up, I'm gonna own all of the Masters eventually. Got a tournament on October 30, thinking of taking non-stop new Sonia. Cool. I still gotta try the Sonia title again. I tried her once, and as I have probably told you guys in the past, yeah, I have. I Black Jokered her once per turn action the first 2 turns, and that was sad. She's pretty interesting. Guess her crew gets a little sad when the enemy attacks the willpower, because he can't drawn to pain then. Lawyers seem really good with Wishling Thralls in Sonia Unmasked lists. Giving out 2 attacks per charge if they're in the aura. Seems cool. Duet picks Rook plus 2 operatives. Great for using ambush in dust clouds and hacking lodestones back and forth. A ton of versatile schemes and shenanigans. Oh, but you don't think that's a lot of points? Hiring 2 operatives out of keyword? I love the operatives. They have so many fun little quirks. Their special rule. Their card draw is great. I really like Corvus Rook too. So I got the got them on the paint table here, actually. But yeah, ambush in dust clouds. That's pretty cool. I like the sound of that. Too many Keter. Look, I never claimed to be good at this game. Okay, fair. Like, it's a really cool experiment. Just seems a little. I mean, if it's good, it's good. Just a little expensive, maybe. But it sounds cool. Wonder how many dots I've painted now in these. There are some pretty damn good auto keyword hires in Explorers. Like I think Dr. Bebe and Calypso are really nice, even without a keyword tags. I don't know how to pronounce it. Dr. Bibi, maybe, but Bebe sounds more fun. The Archivist is also disgusting. Yuck. Filthy Nexus stuff. Filthy Cadmus stuff. What do you think of the new Cornelius Bass title? Badlands Sheriff? Is the name right? Seems like a lot of fun. That huge -2 to or +2 to TN's aura for enemies seems pretty cheeky. This card is just crammed with text. And that's often a good thing. So what color to paint the eyes in? Maybe we'll pick them up with some rust gray first. Start off, maybe. Nah, let's do warmer color, right? Maybe a little orange. Could mix the orange with a little bit of purple to tone it down a little bit so it doesn't get too much, you know? Because we don't want it to be overpowering. That looks pretty cool. I reckon. Isn't orange a little warm? Yes, it is a little warm, but I'm mixing it with some purple. In an attempt to kind of marry it with the overall color scheme. So we have more like a little hint of orange. Trying to hit a balance. Where we want the eyes to stand out a little bit, but not be overpowering. Then I think maybe a black dot followed by a white reflection. So I'm painting a black dot. This is kind of like painting gemstones. Painting a black dot there on the upper side of the eyeball. This is almost like painting an Eldar model with all the gemstones, except we're painting eyes. That's a trick you can use if you kind of want to implement a color, but you're worried it will look like too much. You can mix a little bit of another main color into it. Preferably a cold one if you want to tone down a warm one, or a warm one if you want to tone down a cold one. I'm actually liking the orange here. If it wasn't, I'd just repaint it. Next, I'm thinking, let's paint the tongues of them little eels. I'm grabbing some Screamer Pink, but mixing it with a little bit of that Slanish Gray I used for the Queen's skin. I'm painting that the mouth of the fish. Then maybe mix a little bit of white into that to make a little highlight. That's a little too strong. Oops. Something like that. Then let's pick out, or at least hint, some teeth. Like it's so small. I think there are little teeth sculpted here, but I can barely see them. But I'm not really bothering on whether I hit the exact right part of the sculpt there. We just want little white dots to kind of suggest teeth, if that makes sense. Give the impression that it's got some nasty sharp teeth there. So it can num num. Aren't they cute? Okay, so next, maybe we'll paint the hair. I think that's the next step. And I'm thinking I'll paint some pretty dark blue hair. Should look good. Grabbing a slightly bigger brush, some black paint, and some Macragge blue to mix into that paint. Highlighting black with other colors than gray is often a good idea. Can make for an interesting result, and you can also vary what tones of black you get. So if you got several different materials that you want to be black in a miniature, you might want to have some be colder, some be more brown, some be more reddish in the highlights to differentiate between the different types of materials, so they don't just look like the same thing. Also, something to bear in mind is that some materials are more reflective than others. For instance, hair is very highly reflective when it's clean. And that means you can highlight that further up to white generally, while some more matte materials should probably not be highlighted up to white unless it's a stylistic choice you are making. decided I'll overbrush his hair with this black blue mix. Because it's well textured, so we can just make sure that the dark blue, it gets on the raised areas and not in the crevices. So I'm not sure if I'm going for a cold black here or if I want a dark blue. Kind of see where we're going to end up. Hey, Fit King. And then we'll see what color to paint the crown. I feel like a warm gold might look out of place. Could do a more toned down gold or maybe silver. Suggestions are always welcome. Sometimes I might go with them, sometimes I might change my mind and do something entirely different, but suggestions, even if I do not decide to go with what is suggested, ultimately, they can still be a very good help on the step to deciding something. And that goes for constructive criticism in general, I think. Sometimes you'll agree, sometimes you just get a stronger feeling that you're on the right track or that you got to do something else. You might not have the same sort of goal that the viewer might think you have. Okay, so let's mix in some more macragge blue. So we got macragge blue with a little bit of black. And then we'll look for spots in these strands of hair that look the most visible, like they should get hit by light the most. And paint over those. The ones that are highest, so to say. Like almost on the hills, we can call them that. Image quality is suffering a little bit. I hope it's better soon. Terry Rushford has liked the stream. Thanks a lot, Terry. How are you doing, Terry? Love that little stream-like icon, the little zombie. extra good for October. What's that, Kitty? Kitty's feeling sorry for herself. Sounds like. Hasn't gotten food in ages. Well, an hour and a half. That can feel like ages if you're a little kitty cat. It's also possible she just thinks I'm boring. Okay, so let's try and hit this with some pure Macragge blue paint. And we're going to go over the same areas, but leave more behind. Just hitting the strands of hair in increasingly smaller places. Maybe that's a weird way to say it. Decreasingly big places? No. Just talking is hard, you know? Difficult. Hi, Kitty, you think I'm boring? Little head scratch? It's a very talkative kitty. She always tends to respond when you talk to her. It's nice of her. Don't know if the microphone picks out her little kitty cat sounds. But she does have some stuff to say. Just highlighting, using this Macragge blue on increasingly smaller surfaces. And we are going to switch to, I'm just defining some of these strands of hair a little bit more. So I'm going to swap to Camelot blue for some brighter highlights. I think we're also going to swap to a smaller brush. This brush is losing its tip a little bit, just not quite as sharp as when it was new. Gotta get this beautiful shampoo commercial hair. Fit for a queen. Maybe we could do like a gold mixed with a little bit of teal for the crown and trident. Could work. Oops, straight out of the camera shot there. At least we didn't stray too far from the light. Might need to go back with some crack blue in some places to fill out some of these strands of hair to make it look good. Hair's looking amazing. Thank you, Kim. Thanks, Wyrd. That's nice to hear. She's worth it, you know? That was a lame joke, but it was a joke. A lame joke is still a joke. Maybe I shouldn't say lame. Don't worry, I'm not starving the cat. She will tell you that I am, but I am not. Going a bit back and forth. Kind of feel like there are some places where I should have put some dark blue paint, which I kind of left almost black. And then some of these Calgar blue highlights turn out a little broad. I mean, we might want them to be a little bit less abrupt. Now they flow into the rest of paint job. Being a bit nitpicky here. Oh, I think I missed her ear on one of the sides. Painted part of her crown instead. Oopsie. That's not an ear, that's a crown. That's an ear. Mixing a little bit of white into the Calgar blue for a further highlight to make this hair pop, as we say. To make it really stand out. And I guess this is as far as we have to go, really. But we could do a pure white highlight too in a few selected places. Do we want to do that? Maybe. Highlighting the hair near her face. And near the face, the hair kind of looks more blue than black. So we might go back and put a few black lines in between those strands. The thicker you make them, the more black the hair will look. Thanks, Curse55. It's nice to hear. I want a kind of ghostly, dark, deep sea look for the hair. I think we're kind of getting that. Yeah. So, I think we should put little white dots on her claws. Thin highlights. They don't really stand out. There. Okay, so what about the trident? Looking at it, I think let's paint the handle similar to her skirt. Love the tentacles as well. Yeah, thanks. I think they're still a little messy in some places with those octopus suckers. But maybe we'll give those a little bit of attention. And other than that, it's just trident, crown, and base left. Unless I'm missing something. I think the tentacles are looking pretty good, but maybe just need these suckers to be a little more tidy, and I like them more. Thanks for the follow, Total 420. It's nice of you. Hope you're having a good day, evening, morning, or whatever it is where you are. My place is dark. It's quickly getting darker every day. And cozier, I guess. Just trying to define these so they stand out and look good and don't just blend into like a mess. It's really cool. Octopuses have like feeling, distinct feelings in every sucker on their arms, like almost like having just so many fingers. Apparently, they have very sensitive nerves there. However you want to say it. Maybe a little bit more shine here. Shine. Shiny, happy octopus lady. Do you have any idea? Is Adiadora like a reference to something, the name? The name of our beautiful queen of the depths. The deepest depths, some might even say. Whilst we went into, I think it was Celeste Gray with our highlights on the seaweed. Now going into Rust Gray whilst highlighting the trident. Which again is a Citadel paint. So I noticed we have a few more viewers now. How's everyone doing? We're nearing the end of this stream, but we've come pretty far. I would say. Looking pretty cool, I think. Quite atmospheric. Then with some Fenrisian gray, or just adding white to the rust gray, either works. I'm gonna do another highlight. Making that trident look kind of shiny. Curse 55, busy with my job, but love to watch you work. That's really nice to hear. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm going to try and stream more painting on my own Twitch channel too. From next week, probably. It's just finding the time is not always the easiest. Could maybe deepen this shadow a little bit. Some grayish purple. Pretty dark. Just giving it a little bit more contrast. And yeah, trident and base left. So I'll sculpt this. I'll sculpt some cliffs here on the base. And next stream we'll paint those cliffs. Maybe base the model on stream, we'll see. But I'll sculpt them and paint them beforehand. And we'll also paint the trident and her regal crown. And this stream ends half an hour early today because our awesome Kimberly has to do some serious Wyrd business. So, but yeah, we'll see each other again on Tuesday next week, same time. And if you want to see more Wyrd goodness painting this day/evening, you got Haunted Miniatures coming up in 1.5 hours on this channel. Kimberly posted my little social media links there in the chat if you want to give them a look. And please follow, and yeah, wouldn't mind following this channel too. Click the bell icon and all that stuff. Thanks for today. Have a great time. Bye.